global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
The crisis in Rivers State, which the member of the House of Representatives, Ikenga Ugochinyere, waded in, is almost costing him his job. He's almost been suspended because right now, as we're talking to you, he's been referred to the Committee on Ethics for probe. And this is because he paid a visit to Rivers State Governor Simi Fubara. Don't forget that uh, Ikenga Ugochinyere led at least 50 lawmakers to attend the first anniversary of the governor in Port Harcourt, the state capital. And being that he went there and being that he's one of the most focal persons and supporting Fubara in this whole fight, it seems as if the whole thing is turning against him. Don't forget 2 weeks ago that this same Ugo Chinyere was the person who came out clean to tell Nigerians about the injustice that is about to take place and how the judiciary was going to be bulldozed by Wike and also by the acting national chairman of the PDP. That their intended plan was to see how they can return back the 25 lawmakers who cross-carpeted to APC and who are about to lose their position in Rivers State. And he says that he was standing strongly against it. But right now, something very interesting happened, in the House of Representatives, where it seems as if the decision is about to be taken for his suspension. And the decision of the House is built on to investigate Mr. Ugo Chinyere following a point of privilege raised by one Yusuf Gandhi, an APC member representing Plateau. Mr. Gandhi, citing Order 6, Rule 1, said his privilege as a member of the House of Representatives was breached as a lawmaker misinterpreted the visit of some lawmakers to Mr. Fubara. And he stated that Mr. Gochier issued a statement to the press on the visit, giving the impression that the lawmakers represented the House. Mr. Gandhi claimed that the lawmakers were members of the local content committee and were in Rivers for an overnight assignment, but the opportunity to pay a courtesy visit to the governor. According to him, he says, I'm talking about Mr. Gandhi, he says, one of our colleagues issued a press statement that the delegation was in Rivers State for a solidarity visit to the governor. It is okay to do a solidarity visit, but not for members to be misrepresented. I urge the House to look for these publications and interact with Ikenga. While Mr. Ganda was moving the motion, some of the lawmakers who attended the meeting tried to raise a point of order, but the Deputy Speaker, Ben Kalu, who presided over the session, shut down the lawmakers. Mr. Kalu insisted that points of privilege are not to be debated. His ruling generated loud murmurs from the floor. Later, one of the lawmakers representing PDP in Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Makese, succeeded in speaking, and he stated that he spoke about the visit, adding that the lawmakers did not give the impression of representing the House. And according to him, I'm going to say exact word of Makese. Makese said, in my opinion, I don't see anything here. The same paper publication said some members of the House, there is nothing here. There is freedom of association. However, he was shut down by the Deputy Speaker, who scolded the lawmakers for turning the chamber into a market square. Mr. Kalu subsequently referred Mr. Kenga to the Committee on Ethics and Investigation. A lot of fears right now. And one begins to wonder, why should that be an issue of contention? Someone decides to visit a particular governor, and all of a sudden is now an issue of concern in the Senate. When they visit other governors, why was it not an issue? I feel that the point raised by Sid is something to be considered. There is freedom of association. You have the right, even if he decided to visit anybody on earth, nobody has the right to stop him as far as he's not going there to do anything wrong. And this time around, he decided to visit alongside his friend. And these people who visited Fubara with him, they were not coerced. They were not forced, to join him to visit this man. And he went there, spoke his mind, lauded the achievement of Fubara for the 1 year that he had been in office, just like any other person will do. Why should it be an issue of concern such that they say it is misrepresentation and all of that? Nigerians have taken our time to respond to it. Some people are of the opinion that the reason why this has turned out this way is because of that publication he made against Wike. Don't forget that Wike is a darling of the president right now. And I believe that being the darling of the president right now, most people will want to, do anything that will please him and will want to fight against anybody that fights against him. The president came out and told Nigerians that he was being castigated for appointing Wike. That Wike's appointment was very controversial. A lot of people were like, don't appoint him. But right now, he's performing superbly and he's so happy about it. And we saw what Wike did some few days ago, where he kind of forced the permanent secretaries who were appointed to genuflect before the president. The president was so happy and he was laughing. So already everybody seems to know that right now Wike is in the good books of Tinubu. So if you are trying to attack Wike right now, indirectly you are also trying to attack the president. And anybody who is a strong member of, or who is strongly in support of president will surely come after you. And I think that is what is going on right now. The big question is, will Ikenga Ogochinye, the honorable member representing Idiato South and North constituency of Imo State, will he be rescued from the claws of this particular lawmaker who had decided to frame up the whole thing in his own way to bring down Ogochinye? Would he be rescued from it? Or is there, I would want to say that there are some hands behind the curtain trying to remote control things in such a way that Ogochinye at the end of the day will regret the very day that he visited Fubara. But however, we all know who Ogochinye is. If you go through history to dig more about his being in that office and who he was before now, before his current role as an honorable member, King Ogochinye was serving as a special assistant to the former Senate President, Senator Bukola Saraki, and as a former president of the National Youth Council of Nigeria. Don't also forget his position as a spokesperson of the Conference of United Political Parties, CUPP, in Imo State. And we already know how much he was shaking the governor of Imo State to a point he was almost being taken out, where Nigerians just woke up one day and heard that some hoodlums invaded his compound, took out a lot of people. He escaped by the whiskers. So right now, I don't think that he is shaken by this latest development, because I feel he has the kind of mind the likes of Wike have, and he will not relent in his effort to do what he's supposed to do, at least to sustain PDP and to keep PDP standing. But it's a serious issue of concern, I must say, for all of a sudden people begin to complain over his courtesy visit to the governor of Rivers State with other people. He didn't go there with the mindset of representing the entire house. They went there on their own. They called themselves, I think, G60 group, politicians from all walks of life. That's honorable members from all walks of life. Most of them are from PDP, some from APC, some from Labour Party, some of them are from APGA, some from NNPP. All of them were there in that particular visit. And if he could win such number of people to follow him, why not? It is called freedom of association. That's his right, and nobody has any right to stop him. Let's see what the Committee on Ethics will say, as they will be probing into the case.
Global happenings today.